Hi everyone, I'm Aaron Avila with GS Lawn Company, and I'm here to share with you a little bit about our drone services today. First, for those of you that we haven't met, I'd like to also let you know about who we are as a company. So GS Lawn Company is a family-owned agricultural consulting and supply firm that was founded in 1980 by Gary and Nancy Long. We focus on all aspects of primarily tree fruit, hop, wine, grape, and berry production, and we also have staff involved in vegetable and other open ground farming operations as well. This is all anchored by 200 full-time employees that include over 45 state licensed crop advisors who are among the best in the industry. We're headquartered in beautiful Yakima, Washington, which for those of you that may not know Washington, it's basically right in the middle of the state. We've got a satellite location to the north in beautiful Wenatchee, Washington, and to the south across the mighty Columbia and Hood River, Oregon. So drones. We purchased our first drone back in 2012, maybe 2013, with the simple goal of sorting through what was novel and frankly just very cool about them to find things that were useful and benefited not just our operation, but of course ultimately you, our grower customers. And so whereas we still do lots of different things with drones, we've really focused in three areas, and we're going to talk about those today. We're going to talk a little bit about mapping, we're going to talk about just general imagery, and we're going to talk about our beneficial insect release services. So first with mapping, briefly, we do lots of different types of maps, from the very general basically satellite imagery or overhead aerial imagery of a production area to much more detailed maps. These are things that you would use for insurance purposes or third-party verification programs, for example. So borders, crops within those borders, other geographical or identifiable markers that you want in there, water sources, etc. They can be as detailed as you need them to be. Of course, they're GPS accurate, and they can be represented as a simple graphic, or they could be overlaid, again, with satellite imagery or aerial imagery and produced in as high quality as you would like them to be. So that's not the only high quality imagery we do. For the last several years, we've also been providing 4K high definition film work and photography for our grower customers and others, just capturing things throughout the growing season. So as an example, we're here in mid-March currently. We're getting things kicked off for the growing season here in the Pacific Northwest. It's arguably one of the most busy times of the year, but it's also one of the most beautiful times of the year. For example, in just a couple of weeks from now, we'll see this, full bloom in tree fruit. It's one of the most beautiful things that you're going to see in agriculture, and we just are so busy that oftentimes it just goes right by. Maybe your favorite time of the year is fall. It is for a lot of people for obvious reasons, right? Kind of winding things down for the year and putting things to bed. Whatever your favorite time of the year or favorite activity is on the farm, the point is, don't miss it. Let our media team slow things down in this small way and create quality keepsake imagery for you, your company, your family. The third activity that we spend the most of our time with in regards to drones currently is on the beneficial insect release programs that we offer. So we've been involved in beneficial insects for 20 years as a company. It's really evolved. Started off in small scale organic production. As the organic industry grew, so did the interest in beneficial insect release and permanent crops. Obviously, this was all born from greenhouse industry, also some annual production. But in regards to permanent agriculture, like we see a lot of here, it's still fairly new. As these IPM systems and these programs that were really anchored in organic production spilled into conventional kind of mainstream agriculture, so has the interest in beneficial insect release. And it's really given us the opportunity over the last several years in particular and learning more about different types of beneficial insects. So that's grown in interest and activity. Our drone activities have grown in lots of different areas. And for several years now, we've just been really looking forward to putting those two things together. In 2020, we had the catalyst that made that possible. We hired a crop advisor out of our Wenatchee office that came with a couple of years, 2 years of experience in applying beneficial insects via drone. And that was through his relationship with a company called Parabug. So we took it for what it was, the opportunity to rally around his experience, bringing ours to the table as well. And we made the decision at that point to go ahead, that was the best time to move forward as a service offering in this area. It also took zero time for us to recognize the value that Parabug brought to the table as well. So Parabug had already at that time had been in business for 6 years, and they operate nationwide and abroad. And so we're talking about, you think about all the different crops that we produce as a country, they have experience in the majority of those crops. So that, not only does that represent the diversity of the different cropping systems, but it's the diversity of region and climate, and all of those things play a huge role in the success of beneficial insect release, as well as the carriers used. So easy to see the knowledge resource base that they brought to the table for us, and that's not even, those weren't even the biggest. That wasn't even the deal maker for us. The real exciting part for us, and the part that made the most sense, is their patented release mechanism. It is the most versatile, it's the most durable, and it's by far the safest release mechanism for the precious cargo that they carry. And all of those things, being the best in all of those areas, really lend themselves to the overall success of the program. So we happily entered into a contractual agreement with them. We're a licensed contractor for Parabug, and we look forward to working together for a long time. The other thing that's important to think about when you're getting into beneficial insects is how you're handling them. It's very different than pulling shelves or things off of a shelf, right, or stocking shelves. They're live entities, and so you need experience in handling them, and you need infrastructure to handle them properly. We've got experience, and we've invested in infrastructure over the years. Things like commercial refrigerators, walk-in coolers, even air-conditioned vans to transport them into the field. Again, all of these things playing a role in the overall success of the program. So, in regards to safety, our pilots are all FAA licensed. They're FAA licensed pilots, and they have years of experience. That's important. Our drone fleet, top notch, continues to grow. We're up to 7 now. We'll probably be adding some before the end of the year. So again, all of these things, these experiences that we can offer you, the growers that we serve, to put our best foot forward in this type of area. Important to note, we're not a drone company primarily, for sure, and we're not a beneficial insect company. Why that's important is to my point earlier, we are a full-service consulting and supply firm. Over 45 state licensed crop advisors, literally centuries of experience that they bring to the table. And that really supports all of these types of activities, these beneficial insect releases. Having that knowledge resource to put together a program that's going to have, what's the best beneficial insect? What's going to give you the best opportunity for success in the field? And when should we apply that? Not just in regards to the pests that we're trying to minimize or to offset, but for the beneficial insect itself. Some of them you want to get straight into the field. Others you would do well to let develop to really optimize their potential in the field. Some of them you want to release, they're fine to release in the day. Others you don't want to release in the day. You need to get them out at night. So there's a lot of things to think about. Again, like I said earlier, all components of the overall success of a program. What about spray programs? You got to work around those, right? Absolutely, you've got to work around those. Scouting techniques, before and after. So again, lots of different things to consider. This is not, these release events are not singular to themselves, right? They're part of an overall robust IPM program. And that's the way that you should be thinking about them. Let's say you decide to do business with us and you want us to come and fly some beneficial insects for you. We'll also produce a nice video for you of that event. And it's not only aesthetically pleasing, it gives you a great record of the activity itself. And here's what I mean. You will see your beneficial insects being received. on video. That gives you the verification of the viability and health of those insects when we received them. You'll also see those same insects being loaded into one of our drones on your farm, and you'll see your insects being released by that drone over your farm. And these videos, again, are very high quality. They can be expanded upon easily for more of a keepsake type thing or for marketing purposes. So if this is something that you're interested in, please reach out to us. One of the things that we run into are supply issues. We work with several insectaries across the country and abroad, but there are supply issues, and sometimes they are difficult, if not impossible, to get without forecasting. So we recommend that you please, if you have any interest at all, reach out. We can talk more about it and maybe put together a plan, try and get some good forecasting to best be positioned to be able to help you when the time comes. So please reach out to your GS Long company contact. If you're not already working with someone or you're not familiar with our company, you can reach out to us at our website at gslong.com, www.gslong.com. You can simply call us at 509-575-8382. And however you do it, please reach out sooner than later. We'd love to talk to you about it. GS Long Company. Since 1980, we have been family-owned, grower-focused, and service-driven. We look forward to talking with you soon. Thank you.